Okay, hello, good morning, everyone. Okay, good morning, everyone. May I confirm first if you can hear me clearly, if you can see the slides now. Okay, thank you so much for that. Okay, so once again, good morning, everyone, and I am here. My task is to give you an input on another update that would make our life as a teacher easier. Okay, so one of the application that I'm going to introduce to you is what we call the YAMM, YAMM, or the yet another mail merge, or we call it YAM. So YAM is used to update students' academic performances. So what is YAM, or what is the use of it? So first is we're going to define what is mail merging. So mail merge lets you create a batch of documents that are personalized for each recipient. For example, a form letter might be personalized to address each recipient by name. So for example, is I'm going to send a letter to my parents as an homeroom advisor. So I need to personalize the documents like um, when I type the recipients like to Mr. and Mrs. Mendiola, to Mr. and Mrs. Um, Lucas, to Mr. and Mrs. so on and so forth. Okay, so this information uses data source like a list and prepare in a spreadsheet or a database which is associated with the documents. All right, so this time is we're going to make that one in a shortcut using only Google Spreadsheet and Gmail account. Okay, how? This presentation will show you how to mail merge with, of course, what I have mentioned, the Gmail and the Google Sheets with the application, yet another mail merge or the YAM. Here is the preview of what we are going to go over this morning. So Yam is a mail merge tool that combines two elements of your Google Sheet account, a Google account and a Google Sheet and an email draft in your Gmail. Okay? And it combines them to send emails in your behalf. So I'm going to demonstrate that one later on. Not only that, but YAM also allows you to track what happens with each of those emails that you have sent. So for short, we have four things that we need to complete this morning. First is to build a spreadsheet for your mail merge. So I'm going to show you example how to prepare your email draft, and then how to trigger, send the mail merge, and then track what happens with those emails that you have sent. Okay, so next slide. So, yet another mail merge, in short, or YAM, is the easiest way to send and track email blast. So when we say email blast is it's multi-email, no? Kanang multi-email that you have sent using your Gmail. Okay, or you can send all your emails in just one click from your Google Sheets. Okay, so you can send it right away. So as a homeroom advisor, this could be I hope this would be helpful to you. So this will show you all you need to do. Okay, so what we need to do in this application or in these processes, all you need to do is to draft your email in Gmail and then fill in a Google Sheet with the email addresses of your contacts. So here's an example situation. Okay, so for example, as an homeroom advisor that works in a school, every day you need to send emails or the same emails to your students or to your parents who need to be updated in their performances. So we will be focusing only on updating the performances, or before we call it sending failure notice. So you have noticed that the format or the form letter of the failure notice is there is a different, you need to update the, or you need to replace an information, so that you can send it to the parents. Okay, so however, a few pieces of information needs to be different in each email, such as school addresses, the name of the parents or the name of the students. n- it needs to be replaced, the grade and the scores in the different subjects. with with Yam, all the teacher needs to do is list all this information out in a Google Sheet. Yam will automatically adapt each email based on the spreadsheet information presented. Okay, here's an example. So allow me to turn off my camera so that um, I can show you all the way the processes. Okay, so all right. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, I'm gonna show you another one site here. Okay, so Google Sheet, what you see here is a Google Sheet. Google Sheet is the key part of this equation because it forms the database with all the information you need to run the mail merge. So you need to ensure that at the very least you have an email address for your recipient that can be found in the first column, which will make everything much more manageable. So let's say, for example, as simply I am a homeroom advisor and I wanted to update the parents or my students and their performances in the following different subjects in every category, like the science in WW, we have the PT, math, and English, and so on. So notice that in the first row, this is what we call the header. So every this header has its purposes, and you will see that one later on. Okay, so after I have already set, I have here my email address, which is the email address of my recipient, grade level, homeroom, family name. So I set it a family name. There's a purpose on that that will show later on. Then the name of the child and then their performances. After I had already input the information in the spreadsheet or in the Google Sheet, okay, so what I need to do is to go to Gmail. Okay. By the way, before I go to the Gmail and show you how to create the email draft, so this is a reminder that when you open your Google Chrome, you should not use a multi email. Multi email means when you open the Google Chrome must be signed into your Gmail account. And also, when you go to your Google account, your email account must also be email account and Google account is similar. So like this one, uh, if if for safe, you can also use the guest. Okay, you can use the guest or the incognito. Okay, so multi multi account means like this. Let's say for example, this one is logged into LSA, and then when you use email, okay, kung mag-use ka og email, then you're going to use uh, your personal email or Gmail account. So, dapat the same sila. Okay? So, they should be the same. Or for safe, you can use incognito or guest. Okay? Because the YAM will not function. Okay? So, let's go. After you have set your Gmail, your spreadsheet rather, and the information that are needed, so you go to your Gmail account. By the way, I am using personal Gmail account because the LSA account is not is restricted, or it's not allowed to use the Yam. Okay, because of the restriction, and we are studying pa on how to set it. Once we are done setting it, we will update. Okay, so here you go to your email and create the email draft. If you want to include personal information like the first name, you can include it in your spreadsheet. Okay, so I want to include the family name and then the name of the child. Okay, so once you compose your Gmail, okay, let's make it big. Okay, I have already here a sample of the letter that I wanted to, okay, for a while. Okay. Okay, here is the sample letter from the BPA, the format letter that that should be sent to the parents or the students to update their academic performances. So what I did here is just copy paste it, copy and then paste it in the, okay, here in your Gmail compost compose message. Okay, for the subject, okay, so I had already made one. Okay, let's go to the draft. Okay, here, let's go to the draft. Here is the, okay, here is the ready-made draft. Okay, again, I have to do is to copy paste the format letter. Okay, so I once it is already set, the format is already been set. Okay, so you notice that there is double curly bracket around the column title from your spreadsheet. Okay, so for the recipient's name, you have noticed that I have include here two. Okay, you have it here, to Mr. and Mrs. and then double curly bracket family name. Okay, so notice that the word that I put inside the double curly bracket is one of the column title from my spreadsheet, which is this family name. You have the Mendiola, Lucas, Becerra, Rabanes, and Babao. Okay, that's one factor that you need to remember. And then because this is kanang mo ni siya ang mo lahi-lahi. You have to, as what I have mentioned earlier in the document, you need to personalize for each recipient. Okay, you need to personalize the recipient's name, the address, okay, of course, the name of the child. You need to personalize it to each recipient. Kailangan man silang pangalan silang mga anak. And then, of course, I also put a double curly bracket on this signs WW, which is also one of the same header in my Google Sheet. Okay, WW. Okay, so just take note on that. By the way, the draft will be sent to you. Okay. So the draft will be set by the academic team. All you have to do is just to copy and paste it. Okay. Okay, so once it's already set, so you have two Mr. and Mrs. and the double bracket family name, so on and so forth, and the name of the child. And then below is your child's performance in the following assessment administered by the school. So this double track bracket will depend on the performances, which is set in the Google Sheet. Okay, so once this is already set, you can minimize it or you can close it by clicking the X. Okay, and then you go back to your Google Sheet. Once you are already in your Google Sheets or Google Sheet, so you see here, you look at the upper functions of the Google Sheets, which is the file, edit, view, insert, format, data tools, and add-ons. Okay, so you click the add-ons, and in my and I had already installed the Yamm, which is the yet another mail merge. That's why it is already here in my add-ons. But in your case, if you haven't yet installed it, you can click add-ons and then get add-ons. Okay, click get add-ons. Okay, and then you search for the application by typing the name yet another mail merge. Okay, search it and then it will appear. So this is the image, okay, of the yet another mail merge or the Yam. Okay, just click it and then click the word install. In my end, I had already installed it, so that's why it is uninstalled. So in your case, if you haven't installed it, so you just click install and it will automatically appear on the add-ons. So once it is already installed, so again, press add-ons and then click yet another, I did click Yam and then start mail merge. Okay, so once it is working on, okay, uh, you can now run your mail merge. Okay, so after that, then this will appear, this dialog box will appear. So notice that you can still email, or you can only, the limit of the send is you can only send 50 50 email addresses daily or every day. So every day you have a limit of 50. Okay, so email will be sent to the recipients in column A. So take note, you can change this one if you see in your spreadsheet. Um, if your recipient is not in column A, you can change that one. So depending on where did you put your recipient's email address. So in my case, the email addresses of the recipient is in column A, so that's why no need to change it. So sender name, okay, sender name, you can also personalize that. In my case, I think we have one instruction for this. So in this case, so the sender name is the LSA, Office of the BPA. So kabot puot ra kog ako, but we will decide on that with Sir Glenn. Okay, so and then you need to set also your email template. Email template is the one that you created the email draft. Okay, so remember the email draft here. So what is the subject for that? The subject is Students Academic Performance Update. Okay, so you need to search that one. In my case, I have two drafts. Nakoy duha ka drafts. The title is Scores Monitoring, and the other one is we have the students' academic performance. So once I opened it here, it also appear in the Yamm. Okay, so I will choose students' academic performance update and then check track emails, open, click, or bounce. This function will be shown later on, or the purpose of checking will be shown later on. And then if you have alias, so no need to have to no need to fill in this part. So because we will be using only the basic first, but if you have a personalized attachments or a letter which is common, pareho nga letter, so you can have it personalized attachment or you can import it from your Google Drive or and so on and so forth. But this time, wala. Okay, we don't have that because we only need to have an update. Everything is in everything is already in the email draft. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Okay, so after that one, again, we only limit it into 50. I had already used two because I clicked send test email. So if you want to see how does your email looks on the parents or students end or in your recipient's end, so you can send test email, but take note uh, it will it will subtract on your number of limits. So if we are going to test that one. So on the scheduling, we cannot do the scheduling because scheduling is only for the paying users and we're not paying. We're only using the basic or the free. And then you notice here, send 5 emails because I have only set five emails here. Okay. So let's have test email. So once I click test email, so this will go to the sent items, and this is how it looks like here. So once it is sent to to the parent, so the recipient, if the recipient is J.Mendiola, so you have it here. There, Mr. and Mrs. Mendiola. I have here more examples. Let's say, for example, here I've used in the department. Okay, so I sent it to Janine. Let's say, for example, here, Janine here, Caleb, and I will see it later. Okay, have here, Elementola Manatanan. Okay, so let me open another sample that I have set on during our academic trial, academic council. Here a sample. Okay, so I use this one. I tried it to the academic team, and the recipient is the parents of the academic team. Okay, hide sa nato na. Okay, this. Okay, one more time. Okay, here. Here is the sample. Okay, I hope that you see it near end. Okay, here's the sample here. I have, this is my recipient, and these are, and I have tried it, and you can see it in the sent items. Okay, let's say for example to uh, I sent it to Mr. and Mrs. Abu. Okay, so Mr. and Mrs. Abu, to si Abu. Okay, Angelo na. This document serves notes your child performances. So, ang magawas ana siya on the performances is the score. Okay, so you notice in the draft, once you see the draft, once you compare it, so then signs WW, but kung masend na siya sa inyong recipient, ang katong under in the signs WW, to siya mo reflect dito, mo replace. Okay, mo replace dito depende. So for example, for Abu, iyahang science WW is 12/20 and iyahang science PT is 1/30. That reflects here. Okay? So kang Abu man ni siya. So 1/30. This will change. Pag ma-sentence na iyahang, wala na tong double curly bracket. Okay, what good about this one is that's what I have said is you can you can keep track. Okay, let's say for example here on the last column part after you have sent the email in the last column, this will indicates that's the status of the merging. So this will keep you on track if the email has been opened by the recipient. Let's say for example kanisha, this has been opened by the recipient and the email has been responded ning reply ang recipient. Kung wala niya ni open, napabili na siya na sent. Or if ever the child gave the wrong email address, this will indicate bounce. Okay, indicate here bounce. That means it it is invalid, wala siya na send. Okay, let's try it. Okay. Okay, I think that's all. So let's try it. Okay, we'll try it. We'll try to send it to sample. Okay, may sample call for you on the participants. Okay, wait.